Just under 40 miles east of downtown Des Moines, Iowa, you will find Newton, which in recent years has become famous for Iowa Speedway. There it is, set amongst the cornfields here in the heartland. This place provides excitement, tight racing, high speeds. It is awesome. As we welcome you to IndyCar Live, presented by Liberty Mutual Insurance. The sun is setting here in the heartland. We're ready to go on a busy weekend of IndyCar racing on this 7/8 of a mile bull ring of an oval, and a first-time pole sitter under the lights. Connor Daly says, "I'm gone, let's go." And the doubleheader is underway here in Iowa.
Really early start for Connor Daly. He wanted to jump on Newgarden because the outside line can sometimes be the fast line, but Newgarden coming back quickly as he's now going to look to the inside, and he's there.
Putting the pressure on Connor Daly very early. Daly responds, though, up on that higher line and isn't intimidated at the moment from Joseph Newgarden.
Newgarden wants that lead hinge. He knows that clean air on the front wing is king, but something just happened there. He really had to back off, and here comes Will Power.
Yeah, he just got in the dirty air there, and Connor has no reason to be intimidated. He's on pole on merit. His car was the fastest car in qualifying, faster than that #1 Chevy. He just needs to keep his head cool and stay calm, stay focused, not make mistakes this early in the race.
Now these guys right here, Simon Pagenaud, Scott Dixon, Graham Rahal, they really need to get on their bike and start trying to march through the field, because before you know it, the leader is going to be there at the back of the pack, and you cannot afford here to go a lap down early. Now Newgarden is moving back up closer. Connor Daly's going to try to fight to keep this lead. He's got to get through traffic cleanly.
You know, Connor talked about starting up front, having all that clean air and being happy about it. I said, sorry, bud, you're only going to have that for about 10 or 12 laps before you start getting into that lap traffic.
Got a nice run off the corner, Kelly, on the high side.
Well, as he tries to make another move in the opening laps, Tim Cindric telling Joseph Newgarden just to be patient. You see him making the move around the outside. They said, look, Connor Daly will come back to you, just be patient. So it seems like he was kind of biding his time, as you said. Doesn't take long around here to start hitting lap traffic.
Yeah, he's taken off too. His car's really come in, so he had really good cold tire speed, and then Connor's car came in. Little wiggle right there in the center of the corner, but right now, it's typical Newgarden out front.
I don't know if it was a mistake on Connor's part or the car's really starting to go, but he was a second slower than Joseph Newgarden on that last circuit. That seems like he's really kind of married to that bottom lane, that first lane, which it works at some point, but if somebody's down there, you need to be flexible and get up there. Dylan?
Yeah, and those are both very, very good points from both of you guys, because that's exactly what Alex has said. He's noted that the first 15 to 20 laps or so, they're as good as anybody, but then as the run starts to get further in, they fall off harder, it seems, than everybody else. So they've really tried this weekend to emphasize that second lane. That's been a big focus for them, trying to open up the track at both ends, and still trying to figure that out right now as they drop back a little bit.
Well, Simon Pagenaud decides to pit after a really good run from 23rd to 13th. Awesome opening stanza, Kelly, from Simon Pagenaud. He needs to build on this. He knew that it was going to be a hard night's work, starting from 23rd and last.
And remember, he's going to have to do it all over again tomorrow night, once again, starting from the back after missing out on a qualifying effort with that fuel pressure issue. Simon Pagenaud made good work getting through that traffic cleanly. He said he's got a little bit of oversteer on that bright 22 car, but otherwise he said he was pretty good getting through that traffic.
As we look at Hunter Ray now, sandwiched in between the Arrow McLaren cars.
Let's have a listen to some recent radio. There's someone running slow there. That's Tony Kanaan. Very slow in the Bryant Chevrolet.
Some kind of issue there.
Oh, you hate to see that for Tony Kanaan in the AJ Foyt Racing crew. He was so excited to get back.
Sounds like he has no power. Didn't look like he got up high or hit anything, got into the wall. Just it's off song, it looks like.
Okay, we're ready for you. We're going to look at everything here. Here we are.
Maybe he did brush the wall.
You can see it. He's white walled the tires.
Hit the wall.
You can see the damage on that side edge.
Probably bent a toe
of the
link
floor.
in the rear.
Yeah, he said it's bent. The crew guys are going to take a good look at that. The last thing you want to go and do is leave pit lane with any kind of damage on the suspension.
Yeah, go and turn the engine off, TK.
Uncharacteristic mistake for Tony Kanaan.
Killing the engine. Leaving the right rear tire off. Looks like maybe something bent in that corner. That's a heartbreak for Tony Kanaan and everybody on the Bryant guys. You see him up there at the top of the screen, top right, just got high. got up in the gray, and he just barely got it, PT.
Yeah, just got up in the gray and just understeered up into the wall. Looks like they're going to try to fix it to let him finish out these laps, because that's certainly what he wants to do. So tough break for Tony Kanaan.
And here we pick up the championship leader, Scott Dixon, in the PNC Bank Honda. He came into this 5th round of the championship with a healthy 54-point lead, but there's a crash. Caution, it's Will Power.
Oh, no, his tire's missing. It looks like the tire came
got
off.
A front tire missing off the car, so I wonder if they didn't get that wheel on it. There it goes. He says something broke. So this is really going to shake things up, and this really plays out for Simon Pagenaud right now, because he is yet to pit, and I believe everybody's going to take this opportunity to get fresh tires and fuel.
Well, you got to see a lot of guys literally just pit, and they haven't been put a lap down because of where Pagenaud was, all the way down to 10th place or on the lead lap, and all with the exception of Dixon inside there, have already pit in the last few laps outside the top 3. So it's Pagenaud, VK, Herta, and Dixon inside the top 10 on the lead lap that haven't pit. See the left front tire. He's got a bit of a problem there. Interesting.
He had the gun on the wheel nut there, and I don't know if he got it completely tight, but no, he just ran up high, brushed the wall, but I do not know how that front wheel came off.
We're about to see.
Because once the nut is on, it's
there we go.
It's off. Yeah, the front wheel fell off. Unbelievable.
Hold on.
So
Keep it down.
And that's the reason why we have the
arrow screen. There it is right there.
That front tire bounced right over the front of the car. It looked like it almost was going to hit him, but that is a classic case scenario of just not getting the front wheel nut tight. It worked itself loose.
And look how violently that steering wheel is spinning around in the cockpit. Will Power getting his hands off the wheel.
Ready to go back racing, and it's waved off.
No
Bit
start.
too early. There's a restart zone that's labeled on the outside. Oh, huge crash in the back. Rinus VK. It looks like Colton Herta are involved.
That car flew. A lucky escape for Colton Herta. There
Wow.
he is.
Yeah, the guys in the back thought the green was still out, still charging towards the start-finish line as it was waved off, and a huge impact. Very lucky.
Fine.
Yeah, that's, yes, you can hear him say fine on the radio. So good to hear that.
The Dutch teenager, Rinus VK, the rookie for Ed Carpenter Racing. He was involved. Colton Herta was involved. Scott Dixon was somewhere in there as well. I think he was late to arrive on the scene and kind of worked his way through. And there he is stepping from the capstone Honda.
Big damage to the car. Every corner on that car is bent.
The pace car driven by Earl Servia taking the field through pit lane to avoid all the carnage on the front straight, to give the AMR safety team enough room to attend to both these cars, both these drivers. Again, everybody looks to be all right. For man, that was a very scary accident. But Paul, that kind of thing is so easy to happen when you have a waved off start. Guys check up, and if everyone's not on the same page,
just
we'll
see in the back, these guys are all nose to tail. You can't really see the flagger, and he just gets into the back tire and drives right over the top of that car. And another example of how the safety screen is really, I believe, just saved Rinus VK's life with that.
And the fact that Colton Herta's, this is good now on the onboard. Simon slows up. Rinus, it all just happens so fast.
No start.
You have almost no time to react in that situation. You're trying to be as close to the car in front of you on a restart as possible to try to get that draft, try to maximize.
Well, Rinus VK got a little loose there. It stepped out and he had to check up, and Colton was on a run right there. So it was kind of a little bit of two things going on at once. A yellow, he got a little bit loose right there.
And having that safer barrier sit a few feet off the fence, this really saved Colton Herta from an even scarier ride. Had that gearbox gone into the fence and started spinning that car, that would have been a much more violent impact.
Pagenaud Award just struggling a little bit on those used tires. They're a few laps older than a lot of these guys that he's running around, so you just got to run his own race right here.
Both of those guys are about 25 laps older on their tires than Simon Pagenaud as he slides down the inside. Oh, but Oliver really sends it around the outside, makes it stick kind of at the line. Pagenaud's going to have the spot. He should be able to clear him here through 1 and 2.
Simon's
Still there, clear left.
and a great run off of 2. He's going to get a good run on Pagenaud Award here as well.
Yeah,
Could this be a last to first story for Simon Pagenaud at the end of the night? 74 laps to go.
It's only a matter of time because he just got a big run off the corner. He dives for the inside, easily goes by Pagenaud Award, dead last to first.
On merit. Now he is going to have to stop again, even with all that yellow. I don't think he can make it. It's lap 147 was his last one. That's a tall order. So he really needs to put the hammer down and try to get as much distance as he can between the likes of Alexander Rossi, who's right now only 1.5 seconds back.
Last lap was a little slower. The pace needs to be better for Askew if he's going to do anything about it. There's Pagenaud, race leader. Less than a second to Scott Dixon. And then Rossi, almost 10 seconds. He is 10 seconds further back.
Here we go. That's those lap cars unlapping themselves. Scott Dixon wanted that clear shot at Simon Pagenaud, and now he's got it. It's going to be 10 to go at the line when Simon crosses next time, and it's less than half a second, guys. This is coming down to another great late race duel.
Well, can they make it? That's the big question. We are unsure if these guys are going to be able to make it.
Look out.
Big wiggle from
Askew makes the move on Rossi, who's loose coming off the corner. He's been hanging on with a loose car for quite a long time now.
Now Askew clears him, and he's got his sights set on 2 championship-winning drivers, 2 Indianapolis 500 winning drivers, and he's a rookie. He won the Indy Lights Championship last year. Now he's up in the big game, and he's chasing the big guys.
Pagenaud now has pulled another gap. He's done it twice now. Dixon has closed the gap. Pagenaud's opened up the gap.
An incredible performance from Team Penske and the Menard Chevrolet driver.
Down to 0.7 of a second, now 0.6 of a second. The gap just kind of ebbs and flows. It closes, it opens, but there's a lot of traffic now up in front of Simon Pagenaud. Will this help Dixon? We got about 4 cars lined up in front.
Simon had to do the same thing at the Indy GP after poor qualifying, got himself up onto the podium, so close to a win.
Look at this. He's closing fast, so this is going to come down to the wire. White flag this time around, Lee.
Coming to the white flag.
White flag, less than a mile to go. Scott Dixon still has a shot at keeping that undefeated run going for Chip Ganassi Racing. Simon Pagenaud has the chance to give the captain, the new owner of the series and the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, his first win of the 2020 season. From last to first. Can you believe it? Simon Pagenaud wins in Iowa. The first night of the doubleheader weekend and the most extraordinary story. What a job from Team 22.
And how about Oliver Askew coming across the line to claim his first podium of his young IndyCar career? Teammate Pagenaud Award in 4th. And Joseph Newgarden clawed his way back from that lap down, saving fuel on that final stint to grab 5th place.
So Penske were dominating qualifying this year, and Ganassi the races.
First time for Penske win too this year.
Yep.
So
well done, Simon Pagenaud. That's a great lesson for all of you young racers and sports enthusiasts that you never give up. Never give up.
Hey Motorsports fans, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit subscribe before you go for all the latest news and highlights across motorsports.